Imagine, just for a moment, that you're lying on a sandy beach and you feel the warmth of the sun-heated sand and the wind blows a breeze over your toes. No, this isn't a visualization exercise, so you can stop imagining. But know that these sensations and the perception of this heat and wind and touch is what I have studied this summer. To really get at my topic, you'd have to imagine all the way back to before you were born, and that's not very realistic. So to get to my point, I've studied the embryonic development of the sensory system of vertebrates. I focused on the spinal cord and looked at how the peripheral nervous system integrates with and connects to the central nervous system. The goal of my project was to review the origins of the sensory system and the events that mark its development, and to look at the mechanisms that kind of guide the entire process. For a short 80-second synopsis, I will begin in the neural crest, the first precursor of most of the peripheral nervous system. Sensory-destined neural crest cells migrate through the embryo until they stop to establish the dorsal root ganglia, or DRG. These ganglia are home to almost all of the neurons that carry sensory information from our body, not including our heads. My research focused on these neurons. Some neurons of the DRG eventually carry the sensory information from the muscle. A whole army of them connect to the skin and mediate the perception of most everything, from temperature to movement to pressure to pain. But how are all the necessary connections established? Through carefully regulated axon extension. Each sensory cell of the DRG extends 2 axon branches. One branch grows into the spinal cord and connects to the gray matter, while the other makes for the periphery, weaving through the embryo in response to many different forces and ultimately resting exactly where it should be. And this is a beautiful thing. This million-threaded loom that is the growth and connections of axons in the body is the most beautiful thing I have learned about this summer. Allow me now to return to the meditation practice. Imagine now that you suddenly lose that feeling of warmth and breeze. Spinal cord injury and peripheral nerve damage are debilitating conditions. The perception of the external world is essential in almost every facet of our day-to-day lives. And I hope that my research, my review of the sensory system, will contribute to those working towards treatment and cure for those who cannot feel the warmth of the sun.